Secondly, si wakisima kuna hasira.
Kushinda wa Somali.
Thirdly, umegombana alafu unatoka ukikunywa maji. I'm like, yeah, he's thirsty. He needs that water. Okay, so I've just asked you, have you spoken about this anywhere before?
No, I haven't.
All right, now let's let it rip. First of all, how did this thing begin? Because we've seen a very interesting part and it went viral. What was happening? And uskibaka chairman, huko hapo, hey, alafu mbona ulikuwa unatolewa kwa hiyo committee? Why were you told to walk out? Take us through it.
Now, one, I sit in the health committee.
Okay.
And I also sit in public investment committee on education and governance. But in the health committee, I've been there longer. I was there during the formation of SHA, which I aggressively contested, particularly certain clauses in that act,
okay,
that are focused on enriching a few Kenyans.
Okay.
And number two, I would like to also inform Kenyans that the benefits package in SHA is inferior to what NHIF was offering. Yeah?
You're sitting on the committee, you would
know.
Yeah,
I know.
Okay.
These are things I've researched on a great deal. Of course, there is an addition of many benefits in SHA, but not well thought through. Yeah?
Okay.
Because the people who crafted SHA were in a rush to start earning, to start stealing from SHA, from Kenyans. They were not focused on how this thing will work. And remember, NHIF was in existence for 60 years. SHA, you cannot just destroy something that had been there for 60 years and bring something new. There ought to have been a proper transition for a number of years. You can't even use months. Yeah?
Okay.
Number three, the members of staff of NHIF ought to have been the one transitioning into SHA because they have institutional memory and they know how this works. Of course, there are few bad eggs that ought to have been gotten out. But because the crafters of the SHA Act, the SHIF and the digital health were focused on giving their relatives and friends work, yeah, and stealing from Kenyans, they did this in a rush. Now, this is where we come to who are the owners of SHA, the system. In Kenya, the most sophisticated systems are with the military, or with Safaricom, or with KRA, including even one that is called IFMIS. Those are very sophisticated systems.
Okay.
But they never costed 50 billion, 30 billion. They vary between 20 and actually 50 billion Kenya shillings. And this improvement is done on them very often. Now, all of a sudden, we come up with companies that are hurriedly registered by friends of people in State House, by friends of Duale, yeah? A company called Apiero that was registered in Kenya in the year 2024. They are the owners of that system. Yeah? And another one called Convergence, owned by, I'm sorry to say, the same cabinet secretary. In December last year, they quickly changed the CR12 from his son to his nephew. Yeah? These two companies have never provided any system of such magnitude or any system at a library anywhere in the world. Unajua system ya library ni very simple. Una walk in, una clock in, ukiboro kitabu unawekwa kwa system, siku unarudi, una clock in. You understand? Simple system. They have never provided any form of system anywhere in the world. But they come and pretend to have a sophisticated system that would cost Kenyans 104 billion Kenya shillings. You know what 104 billion Kenya shillings would do? It would do the free primary feeding program for 10 years. for 10 years. Now, these companies have never done that. Now we have that system. They quickly killed NHIF, sacked staff, they declared them redundant. They're out here in the streets. Very unfair. They've employed their friends. Now, this system is not working. The benefits package is not aligned. So what did we do as a committee? With the leadership, initially our chairman of the committee was called Honorable Pukose. When we got into broad-based, we did some adjustments, and now it is Honorable Dr. Nyikal. Both of them are doctors. Nyikal has been in the system from as a student at the University of Nairobi all the way to a PS Ministry of Health. He has gone every stage. He understands that ministry very well. So what did we do? We went round because we kept telling the CS, this is not working, this is not working. The other people are complaining here, members of staff, personnel management is equally a big problem in the health docket. Interns, doctors, you know, all that. So we went round and did some survey as a committee on areas that need improvement so that this SHA, SHIF, and digital health can work. So that there's a fund called emergency fund that has been released by the Treasury but has not been utilized by hospitals, whereby if you get an accident around here, you don't have to be taken to Kenyatta Hospital. You can be taken to Nairobi Hospital. And then after you're stabilized, after the emergency is done, they can move you to a hospital of your, your cadre. Yeah. That fund has not been utilized. So there are various issues that we identified. Even how SHA handles what we call claims management. And that is where the biggest problem is. Yeah? Other than the benefits package, how SHA manages claims. As a hospital, when you claim from SHA, they quickly call you a fraud because even them don't understand what is happening. Yeah? And you need to know, when you walk into hospital, you come, unasema uko na malaria. Yeah? Ukifika hospitali, wakikupima, watapata uko na pengine issue na heart. In the system, they've already said you've come in with malaria. If midstream, they realize that you have a heart problem, you have to be discharged and readmitted. Because if they continue treating you, SHA will say, nyini fraudsters. That is what is happening, Obinna. That is what this SHA is doing. Anyhow, what happened on that day? We had recommendations on how, because, you know, we have a chairman who was like, and the committee in general, they said, instead of fighting this SHA, can we make it work for the benefit of the people? Can we make it work? And we were like, yes, as a committee. And hence, we have been trying to meet this CS, but he has a bloated ego. Because he's a friend of the president, he can do anything he wants. Yeah? We tried to summon him, he is not available. But on that day, he said he's coming. So we had recommendations and a few questions we wanted answered. When he walked into the committee, first, he started by disrespecting our chairman, the committee and the chairman, that he cannot be summoned each and every time. He has work to do. Yeah? Yet we are the representatives of the people. He went on to tell the chairman, you know, the issues we gathered, some are for national government, you know, health is devolved, and some are devolved for the devolved function of health. So within that team, we had Honorable Abdul Swamad, who is the chairman of the caucus in the Council of Governors. He's the chair of that committee. So he was present with the secretariat. So we had issues that were supposed to be answered or recommended to county governments and some to the national government. Duale was like, you cannot bring me here to answer issues to do with county governments. You know, health is, you know, I have work to do and what have you. When the chairman was trying to calm him down, he told him, no, chairman, you know, I've been a majority leader for 10 years. So what? Now, we have a vice chair who is equally, who does not take prisoners, like you said. He's called Munene Patrick. He stopped everybody from talking and said, hey, Bwana CS, you cannot disrespect our chairman like that. And the committee. Duale told him, don't talk to me like that. You're a second-time member of parliament. A second-time member of parliament should know the standing orders of this house. You cannot be behaving like these first-time members of parliament. Do you know what happened? Most members stood up and walked out, including the vice chair. So, me, I said, no, today I'll not allow this man to talk to us like this. So I told him, hey, we are not your children. You don't talk to us like that. We are representatives of the people. And when I sit in that committee, I don't represent Kitutu Chache South. I represent the nation. Issues affecting the nation matters health. So I told him off, and he raised his voice. And this is what Duale does each time he's confronted by people who mean well for this country. He started saying, to blindfold Kenyans, that I'm bitter because I own hospitals and they have been closed. I asked Duale to name my hospitals. He has never done that to date. He said he has closed my hospitals. They even sent UDA bloggers to start blogging someone's hospital. And I think later they realized they can be sued because of that. They stopped. Obinna, I don't own a hospital. Not even a chemist. Not even a dispensary. I don't. So what Duale was doing was trying to demonstrate to Kenyans that I'm hard on him because my hospitals have been closed. But if you look at my history since I got into parliament, I've been very consistent on issues to do with SHA. On the issues to do with the law itself, the benefits package, the cost of the system, and the management of SHA. The two companies that are swindling funds from SHA are owned by associates of State House. And that is the truth. They can kill me.
You have evidence to back
yes.
it up? Yes.
We followed up. We went to even Dubai where it was registered and how they registered here. The owner of a Piero, one of the, I wouldn't want to mention her name, but is a wife of an advisor to the president. That one every Kenyan knows. Even you know. You're pretending not to know.
I have no idea.
Now, and the other one is locally owned by the same CS and his nephews and nieces. Now, that aside, we have a problem. The health sector is in shambles. Sometimes I look at what the president...
Kidogo, before we get the health sector, Duale asked for 7 days to review the documents. He did. In that argument, did he?
He did.
Yeah.
He went. On the day that he came back, he ensured the media is not there. We gave him more recommendations, and they're working on them. But I don't know whether they are really working on them because we haven't seen any changes. Okay. But we hope they work on them. And we even need to amend the act. Yeah? Because, you know, people are supposed to pay SHA on a monthly basis. Okay. Now they have been forced to pay per year. You force a poor Kenyan to pay 6 months, not 6 months, 1 year. Ndiye aweze kupata matibabu ya SHA, it's very unfair.
Okay.
6,000, 10,000, where do Kenyans get that from? You know, you may not understand. But people down there are suffering. And number two, once you pay, again, it does not take care of your bills. Yeah?
Okay.
And it is so sophisticated, inasema, if you become sick here, you cannot walk into a level 4 hospital, ukue treated. Unafaa kuenda uanze ka dispensary, upande referral, ndio ukuja hapa. What if it's an emergency?
That's what SHA says?
Yes.
For real?
Yes. Of course, they are trying to adjust things here and there, but the law. And we said no. The other thing they had put in the law is that when SHA has excess funds, the authority can invest. That one, me and Nikal, we totally refused. Yeah? And there's one thing I want to ask those who are in SHA. NHIF had land in Karen worth 20 billion shillings. NHIF had bought land. and they had treasury bonds. Hiyo vitu imeenda wapi? Ama mlifunga mkajigawana hiyo vitu? NHIF had land in Karen worth 20 billion Kenya shillings. Is it 2 or 20 billion thereabout? And they had a number of other assets unliquidated. Where are those things?
And it also went with the money.
Na ilienda na deni. Na ilienda na deni. Hiyo deni sasa wacha nikwambie. Hawa watu wataki kulipa. Wamelipa marafiki zao, the rest of the people hawalipwi. Wanasema, and let me tell you, when you see government saying we want now to vet these pending bills, jua hiyo ni ukora. How? Unaitwa Obinna, tunaku 350, leta 10%, unaprocessiwa. Mtu fulani, tunaku ngapi? 250 million, leta 25, unatumiwa bill yako. That is what they are doing or they want to do. Okay. But look here, in 60 years, NHIF had a bill, pending bills of about 30-something billion. SHA, in 1 year, imefika 40 billion. 1 year. Wewe unaniambia hiyo kitu inafanya kazi? Aya, juzi nimeona president akisema wewe lipa SHA. Walk into a hospital, tibiwa, ambia huyo mtu president amesema nisilipe and walk out. Whether it's private or public. How is that possible? Ukiingia hospitali, my friend, lazima upimwe. All those lab tests, nini, how can all that be free? We need to be sincere. William Ruto, you're not dealing with the same people you hoodwinked in 2022. Kenyans wanakuona.
I have a question. You say SHA money wants to be invested if it has an overflow of money.
They wanted that to happen.
They wanted. So how was this working? Were we going to receive dividends? They invest then if you